think with Usyk, the game plan, like he's a superior boxer, a very good boxer, technician, ring IQ is very good. You have to.
The best guy right now is Joseph Parker. Why? Because he's not a big heavyweight. He's quick. He throws combinations. He has a great trainer with him now, in Andy Lee.
Parker boldly claims he'll finish Usyk in 3 rounds, but reality tells a different story. The WBO spotlight shows Usyk's eyes still locked on Fury, where legacy and money collide. Parker's confidence is loud, but against the man who dismantled Joshua and Du Bois, it feels more like
Queen.
Calling him the Gypsy Queen, yeah, no, not the Gypsy
Queen,
King. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greedy belly, I love you.
Parker stresses his team's commitment, but commitment alone doesn't conquer Usyk. The Ukrainian has already walked through elite camps. Joshua, Fury, Du Bois, each backed by world-class setups, and still none left victorious. Dedication is admirable, but Parker's past inconsistencies suggest focus won't be enough.
You can't really think about that or worry about that fight until you get this one done and dusted. This is our full focus. Myself, Andy, George, the whole team that's here from New Zealand, America, I got Rob here. Our full focus is on this fight.
And Parker pushes even further, claiming he knows Usyk's one weakness. It's a bold statement, but history says otherwise. Joshua tried power. Du Bois tried pressure. Fury tried size. All failed. Usyk adapts mid-fight like a chess master. For Parker to insist he holds the answer feels more like hope than reality.
Now, given that you are such an admirer of this, and you appreciate the skill because you're an appreciator of skill, what makes you think that you've got the toolkit to dethrone him?
I believe wholeheartedly in my ability and what I can do in the ring. I have full confidence that give me a good camp or give me some time to put in the work with Andy Lee and George Lockhart. I want to come up with a good game plan, probably different to everyone else's one, and just work.
Roy Jones Jr. gives Parker credit, saying his speed and power make him a worthy opponent. But here's the truth. Usyk has neutralized Joshua's speed and absorbed Fury's power. Parker may look good on paper, but inside the ring, Usyk dismantles styles like his with surgical precision.
Understand me? But Joseph Parker is the best fight for him right now because Joseph Parker is a guy who has the qualities and the experience that it would take to give Usyk the hardest time. I'm not saying he's going to beat Usyk by no means.
Parker makes the call out clear. He wants Usyk next. But wanting Usyk and beating Usyk are worlds apart. Every heavyweight has wanted him, and every single one has left second best. Joshua wanted revenge, failed twice. Du Bois wanted to prove he was the young lion. He was broken down. Fury wanted to bully Usyk. He got humiliated. Now Parker wants in, but what makes him different? He brings nothing Usyk hasn't already conquered. Negotiations and ambition sound brave, but the ring exposes reality. Usyk isn't just a champion. He's a problem solver who thrives under pressure. Against him, Parker's words risk turning into excuses. Usyk lives for nights like this. Parker only dreams of them.
Don't you?
Yeah, I want Usyk next. I know Usyk's deserves his time to relax and chill with his family. When he's ready, I'll love to open up negotiations and see if we can make that fight happen. Just that.
And if Parker thinks calling Usyk out is bold, promoter Frank Warren adds fuel with the WBO mandatory ruling, meaning Parker's wish may actually come true. But let's be clear, being mandatory doesn't mean being the favorite. Usyk has chewed through mandatories before without breaking a sweat. Kizora, Du Bois, even Joshua when forced into a rematch, all crumbled once he adjusted his rhythm. Parker's chance is real, but so is the gulf in class. A UK showdown sounds exciting on paper, but when the bell rings, the crowd won't be throwing punches for Parker. Warren's business talk makes sense, titles, obligations, negotiations, but boxing isn't won on contracts. Usyk thrives when odds, politics, and pressure collide. Parker may get the shot because the rules demand it, but once the fight begins, Usyk will show why mandatories are stepping stones, not stumbling blocks.
As I was saying before the fight, we now know who holds the belts, who's the number one, and he's going to have to make his mandatories now. And his first mandatory is the WBO against Joe Parker. So Joe Parker will get his opportunity. BO basically said we've got to start negotiating with each other, and that's what we're doing. I'd love to put the fight on in the UK.
Andy Lee praises Parker, pointing to improvements and the removal of breaks in his rhythm. But let's be brutally honest. Fixing flaws in camp is one thing. Erasing them under fire against Usyk is another. Usyk doesn't just exploit breaks, he creates them. Against Joshua, he forced survival mode, dictating when the gaps appeared. Against Du Bois, he soaked up the early storm and then tore him apart mentally and physically. Parker's conditioning may be sharper, but Usyk's footwork and timing expose weaknesses fighters didn't even know they had. Andy Lee's faith is admirable, but we've heard this before from every camp. Usyk breaks men down not just with punches, but with angles, rhythm, and relentless IQ. Parker can claim the issue is fixed, and the debate gets louder. Analyst Spencer Oliver weighs in, asking who can actually beat Usyk and suggesting Parker might be next. He calls Parker Usyk's biggest challenge. But that says more about the lack of options than Parker's superiority. Who really is going to beat Usyk? That's the question no analyst has convincingly answered. Parker may deserve his shot, but deserving isn't the same as being ready. Mandates and rankings exist on paper. Inside the ropes, Usyk operates on another level. Every biggest challenge before Joshua, Du Bois, Fury was broken down and outthought. Parker, though gritty, doesn't have the tools to dismantle Usyk's rhythm. The phrase biggest challenge feels more like a polite way of saying best available. Usyk doesn't fear mandatories. He dismantles them. And if this fight happens, Oliver's words may sound more like hype than prediction.
Shit. Who's going to beat him? You know, who is that guy? I think the guy that deserves a shot next, by the way, is Joseph Parker. He's the guy that's been waiting, and I think the WBO have mandated that fight. So unless Oleksandr Usyk vacates the belt, he will have to fight Joseph Parker next. That'll be an interesting fight. That's probably his biggest challenge.
Here's the reality. Usyk doesn't need Parker. If he wanted, he could walk away right now as a legend. Undisputed champion, untouchable, unquestioned. The only reason Parker is in the conversation is obligation and business. McKinsey and Smith are right, money talks. And with Usyk's profile skyrocketing, Parker isn't the fight fans are demanding. He's simply the fight the WBO is mandating. That makes this less of a super fight and more of a duty. And if Usyk accepts, it won't be for Parker's name. It'll be because legacy and finance align. He could chase a £100 million farewell fight against Fury or Joshua and ride into history. Instead, Parker risks becoming a stepping stone along that path. If he's lucky, he shares the spotlight. But when the bell rings,
No, I think he'll fight Joseph Parker at some point.
And also, it's money talks. I'm sitting there thinking, walk away from the sport, sail off to the sunset, but if he comes back with £100 million, offer to fight someone else.
And while many analysts debate politics, Ade Oladipo focuses on Parker's callouts, though even he doubts they'll land. He praises Parker's courage, but admits those call-outs often go nowhere, and that's the problem. Parker talks well, but rarely seals the deal. Against Joshua, he played safe. Against White, he left fans questioning his fire. Against Joyce, he was battered. Now he's calling out Usyk, but does anyone truly believe he can succeed where others failed? Oladipo's excitement is understandable. It's fresh, it's bold, but history says Parker's words fade when punches fly. Fans might love the bravery, but wanting the fight and making it competitive are two different things. Usyk doesn't care for that.
These call-outs are so unique. I feel like it's going to fall on deaf ears.
Unfortunately, it will.
I appreciate the call-out.
I appreciate that. I remember he did it with Dylan White and Anthony Joshua last year. And every one of them, they just get better and better. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I will say this now, right? I would rather see Parker versus Usyk than Dubois versus Usyk. I'll say it now.
Really?
I don't think we'll get Parker with Usyk.
Johnny Nelson lays it out. Usyk didn't just beat Du Bois. He stripped him of every weapon. That wasn't victory. That was systematic dismantling. He erased Du Bois' identity piece by piece. The jab? Nullified. The power? Smothered. The confidence? Destroyed. By round 5, Du Bois looked like a man trapped in a nightmare, watching his youthful aggression dissolve into panic. And this is exactly what Parker is signing up for. It's not about whether Parker is confident, or if his camp is focused, or if he thinks he's found a weakness. Usyk doesn't give you the space to breathe, let alone use your strengths. His skill isn't flashy, it's suffocating.
What he did to Daniel, it took away everything, all his attributes. He took away his jab, took away his power, took away his movement, took away his confidence, to the point where Daniel was putting his backside on the floor thinking, wow, we're only in round 5 here, and I'm getting chopped up. And this guy, Usyk.
And yet, even legends like Roy Jones Jr. argue Parker is the best suited opponent right now. So let's unpack why he sees it as a great fight for both men. Roy makes the case Parker's speed, his combinations, his new comfort under Andy Lee. And yes, he's sharper than ever. But here's the truth. Usyk has built a career dismantling fighters who thought speed and combinations were the answer. Against Joshua, he slipped and countered with ease. Against Fury, he absorbed the shots of a giant and still fired back with precision. Parker's supposed advantages vanish the moment he faces Usyk's footwork. Comfort in the gym doesn't translate to comfort when you're being peppered with southpaw angles from a master technician. Roy might see Parker as the best guy right now, but that's not because Parker can win, it's because he's available. And that's the truth fans need to hear. Against Usyk's arsenal, Parker is just another brave name waiting to be added to
the best guy right now is Joseph Parker. Why? Because he's not a big heavyweight. He's quick, he throws combinations. He has a great trainer with him now in Andy Lee, and he's more comfortable than I've ever seen him in his whole career. And so I think that is actually a very good fight for both fighters, and this is the...
And here we are, the big question. Parker insists he'll destroy Usyk inside 3 rounds. His team says he's never been sharper. Legends like Roy Jones Jr. praise his growth. But strip away the noise, and one truth stands. Usyk is a generational fighter. He doesn't just beat opponents, he redefines them. Du Bois thought power was enough. Joshua thought discipline was enough. Fury thought size was enough. Every time, Usyk adjusted, adapted, and dismantled. Now Parker steps forward. But what does he truly bring? He's quicker, yes. More confident, yes. But quicker than Joshua? More confident than Fury? More dangerous than Du Bois? History answers with a resounding no. The stakes here are legacy. If Usyk wins, his dominance as the greatest technician of this heavyweight era is beyond dispute. If Parker shocks the world, it's the upset of the decade, rewriting his career overnight. But mentally, the battle is already uneven. Usyk thrives under pressure. Parker merely survives in it. Fans will get the drama they crave, but the outcome feels inevitable. Usyk's greatness isn't about prediction, it's about inevitability. So I'll leave it to you. Can Parker really do what others couldn't? Or will Usyk once again prove untouchable? Drop your thoughts below.